G'day friends, Malloy here, and today we're jumping back into the Legacy of Morgoth, and we'll be carrying on with our adventures. But before that, if you haven't had a chance yet to drop by my new website, Miloascape.com, to check out all the projects that I'm working on, then be sure to head on over and sign up for my newsletter to stay up to date on with everything that I've got going on. You can find the link to the website in the chat window. Right, let's get to adventuring.
Today is a good day!
I have stacked some reeds on the other side of the yard. Pick up a bundle and bring it to the workbench. First, you will use a knife to remove the green skin and then slice the inside of the reed into thin strips. Next, weave the strips together in a crosshatch pattern. Once that is done, with cloth on either side, the papyrus is pressed beneath the heavy weight. Do you think you will remember all that? Get to it. Chickens. Tasty. Let's check this real quick. Check a couple of things out. Check my gifts that I've received. And then I want to check my reward track. Yes, we started fresh. Nice. Okay. Good. Let's go make some papyrus. Use the workbench. Making the strips, weaving them all together. And then press the woven reeds under a weight.
Hashdalgor, stranger.
Skillfully done. However, I must admit that if you return in 3 days, you will not have usable papyrus. Once cut, the strips of reeds need to be soaked in water for 3 days to release the gum in the fibers that allow the papyrus to stick together. Your papyrus will fall apart. She gives you an amused laugh. But now you know how it is made. You're not angry, I hope.
Hashdalgor, stranger.
I understand that you must continue your travels. Thank you for your company and your indulging me. Are you continuing east? In the village of Iridir, there is an old woman called Amasu. I owe her 3 scrolls. Would you deliver them for me? As busy as I appear, would you believe I have very few customers? Last year I had more work than time. The great southern empire of Urdak ruled here until not long ago, and they were my only customers. Sadly, they did not allow our people to learn to read or write, so I am unsure what the future has in store for me. Amaso is a kindly woman and probably just bought some of my scrolls to be charitable. Sulmore laughs again, but this time you sense discomfort. Well, whether she needs them or not, she paid, so the order will be fulfilled. Would you mind? The roads are perilous, and I would prefer to stay here. I do not mind at all. I would be more than happy to carry that out for you. Let's go deliver the scrolls to Amasu. Hopefully we'll kill some sickle flies along the way. There's a fly. Oh, here's the Dumari guard. Hi there, how are you doing?
What say you, traveler?
Hold there, the guard yells, eyeing you suspiciously. From where do you come, stranger? And what is your business in Ambarul? You tell her that you recently came from Umbar and your business is your own. She gazes at you while she carefully considers your answer. Gerhazi will wish to speak to you. Continue south and you will come to the town of Iridir. There you will find Gerhazi. Think not of making trouble for the people in Ambarul, or death will swiftly find you. Iridir is well guarded, and we do not hesitate to relieve our enemies of their heads. Ooh, how ominous. I think I would like to keep my head exactly where it's at. Oh, bells. I hear bells. And now I'm stuck. Now this is awkward. Okay. I'm gonna have to do stuck. That was either really bad luck or something fishy is going on. I blame it on the bells. I'm gonna close. Well, I have this. Let's see if I finish this up. I sure did. I'm just gonna close that one out then. I wonder where the rally point here is going to be. Okay. Where am I? Okay, that's not too bad. It's actually pretty close to where we were. Let's track some scatter flies. And the lag is really bad here. Can't even get any of my skills off. What's going on? Hopefully I'll be able to get skills off. Let's see. Yay. Okay. Let's get this little kitty cat. Snuck up behind me. Oh, it's a new deed. Okay. And I'm frozen again. Waiting here for a skill to go off is not good. Connection with the chat server has been lost. Something is going on today. Okay. Ah. This is gonna test my patience today, I can already tell. Someone forgot to feed the hamsters. Yay, we finished the flies. Alright, now we can go to the city. A young woman leaving the village stops in her tracks at the sight of you. You are a long way from home, strangers. What brings you to Iridir and Ambarul? Speak quickly, for I am one of the Dumuri, and I will not hesitate to strike you down if you bring evil here. Well, what have you to say? You assure the warrior that you and your companions have come to Ambarul with no intention to cause harm to any of the folk who live here. So might say any foe of the Ikorbani who live alongside the river. But from the look of you, I believe the Dumuri need not fear you. My mother will be the judge of that. Present yourself to Girhazi inside the lodge. But know this, if she finds your motive suspect or your words untrustworthy, you will not leave this village. Had I not a task of my own, I would stay to see what befalls you. But duty awaits me outside Iridir.
It is a new day.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Prove to us you are not here to steal our heritage, our land, or to further injure our people, and we will find a way to reward you. We do not have much wealth, but we have much need. All who would assist us are welcome. We are a proud and earnest people. If you assist us, we will not forget your effort or let your kindness go unnoticed. My assistants Kilduk and Nekur will explain more. Return to me when you learn from them.
What say you, traveler?
This Hail, Kilduk, how are you doing today? As Dagada explained, we face many struggles here in Shagana. The occupation by the Urdakai is chief among the challenges, but only one small portion of our strife. The end of the war in the north and fracturing of the Urdakai forces in Shagana provides strength. We chose freedom. We will reclaim our culture and all we lost under Urdakai rule. Nature revolted against them and poisoned the land. Our farms, the finest in Shagana, fell to ruin while our healthy people marched to war. We recall the stories of our past, but the written word is lost. This is a sample of the difficulties we face. Prove yourself honest. Hail, Nicker.
Is there something you need?
Dagada asked me to maintain our collected wealth and trade materials. I am pleased to do this work. I am overjoyed to furnish gifts to those who aid us in restoring our livelihood and culture. For too long, the Urdakai subjugated our people and put us beneath their heels. We struggle to recall our litanies, and the few who are literate face the arduous task of recovering our history and teaching our written word to future generations. It falls to that generation to learn our history, to trust in the nobility of outsiders, and to restore what is lost. If you are such a person, it will bring me joy to gift you a piece of what we still control and make.
This valley belongs to the Shagani, and no one else.
You have spoken with Kilduk and Necker? You assert that you have. Then I offer a request and warning. If you are of noble heart, see to helping our people. If you mean us harm or prove ignoble in your efforts, prepare to suffer our wrath. For we are born in you and will fight any aggressors who mean to suppress our will again. Okay, let's see what the
This valley belongs
master
to the
has.
Shagani, and no one else.
Alright, he's got some travel stuff, but my standing is not high enough yet. This is a ambient music for the area. More maps, guides, musters, bunches of maps, more themes, decorative flooring. Ooh, cozy campfire. This must be a new emote. Cozy shelter. It's nice. Some more decorations, paintings. Tome of the Wild Black Donkey. I like that. Ominous bird call. Exotic cheese. Lovely flowers. Alright. We'll have to circle back here once my standing with them is high enough. Ooh, here's our first mission! Yay! Ikorbani missions. Alright, we'll come do those in a minute. Let's just finish wrapping up talking to everybody here.
There is much to be done, and few are hands by which to do it.
Meloa, I overheard a remarkable story. A merchant delivered his daughter's prized pet to a man here in Ambarul. The merchant believed the spirit of his deceased wife inhabited the deer, and an Ambaruli man pledged he would free the woman's spirit. The Ambaruli man lies and instead plans to sacrifice the deer to a servile sire plaguing him. The daughter came to Ambaruli to collect her pet. The descriptions of the woman match the woman we saw near Telperion's wall. I found the servile pride's den. I need help rescuing the deer. The den is northwest of Iridir, east of Telperion's wall. Will you meet me there and help me rescue the woman's pet? Sure, I love pets. Okay, here's a weekly.
Nihu! It is good to see you.
So we gotta complete Ikorbani Valley missions and complete bounties. And then we get these things. We get Embers of Enchantment, some runes, and then some, looks like, faction stuff. Not sure why are there 2 task boards. They're the same things. It's just a duplicate. Yeah, let's set this as the milestone just for now. I'm not gonna do missions quite yet. Let's go inside. I gotta go talk to the mistress of the area. Just waiting on lag. Okay. Hey, Lamaso. Hello, Lukol. What is this? She takes the scroll from you. Ah, yes, from Solmor. Thank you for bringing these. How is Solmor? Is she well? Has she gone after that handsome rice farmer yet? You tell her Solmor is well, but has not gone after Teruzi yet. Masu sighs wistfully. Ah, well, it's only a matter of time, I suppose.
The eyes of my Dumuri have been upon you ever since you entered Ambarul.
Speak now and relate what brings you to the lands under my protection. Hey there. You introduce yourself and your companions, and when you identify Bellandor as a member of the Kindred of the Coins, Gerhazi eyes him praisingly. Word has come to me of your ruling body, Bellandor, but I would learn more of the rebellion that pried your city from the grip of Barkush and the Ordokai. We are neighbors now, my people and yours, and our interests may be aligned. Gerhazi lowers her voice almost to a whisper. I say may, for you say you hail from Umbar, but I take you for a man of Gondor who keeps company with elves. Your people have long been enemies of mine. What now is different?
I was born in Gondor, Gehazi of Iridir, but I am now a man of Umbar, and that is where my loyalties lie.
Are you the same as you were when you were young? I deem not. We are not who we were, and could that be different from any of us? This is an age of great change. I would be honored to speak to you of the relationship between Umbar and the folk who live in Ambarul, for we are neighbors now, as you say.
I would be honored to speak to Gehazi of the relationship between Umbar and the folk who live in Ambarul.
The words spoken by your companion Belandor are as smooth as the stones at the bottom of the Ikorban River.
But that does not mean there is no truth in them. I am charged by the months that have passed. My husband and all my sons perished on the fields of the Northern War, slain beneath the banner of the Black Serpent they followed. We were told Ordak was invincible. It was not so. When the survivors began to return, all too few, it was made clear to me the cause that had taken most of my family was a lie. I cast down the tools of the field and pick up the tools of war, and under a new name I rallied the people to burn the temple of Iridir. The banner of the Black Serpent no longer flies in Ambarul. My Damari warriors, the Doctors of Iridir, have sworn to keep the peace and hunt the remnants of Ordak wherever they hide. I have sent my daughter Rahazi to the insect den of Guraku, northwest of Iridir. Go there and assist her with her task while I speak with Belandor concerning how he came to cast the Ordakai from his city. I am most interested to hear how it was done, and what brings he and you into Ambarul. This formidable woman must be Gerhazi, the apparent leader of the people here in Ambarul. With a curious look, she silently assesses you for several uncomfortable heartbeats.
Who are you that visits our land?
The imposing woman scrutinizes your appearance and looks curious, but you get the impression that she has no love for foreigners. I am called Gerhazi, and I am chieftain of the people here. It is my duty, and that of my Dumuri, to defend this land from the tyranny of our oppressors, from the southern empire of Ordak. I have heard that you from other lands call us Haradrim, as though we are one people, but that is not so. Over 100 years ago, the Ordakai swept through Shagana, conquering land after land and subjugating the native peoples. For generations, they have demanded our servility. They profit from our labor and steal our sons and husbands, sending them into war. As she lifts her chin, you see anger, grief, and defiance in the woman's eyes. But no more, never again. If you wish to speak to me, you must prove you are not our enemy. To the north, on the west side of the stream that runs through Iridir, you will find a camp of Ordakai soldiers who have thus far managed to escape our wrath. Go there and defeat them. Bring me proof that you have defeated at least 8, and I will speak with you further. There is a ring right here, but no person. Okay. Let's go do the epic. Let's go help Rahazi. Hail, Rahazi.
You still live? Your reasons for coming to Ambarul must have satisfied my mother.
But why have you come to Garkua? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. You tell Rahazi that her mother asked you to help her with her task, while Gerhazi discusses the relationship between Umbar and Iridir with Belendor. Help? I need no help crushing insects. I am one of the Demuri, the woman warriors of Iridir. These Sizanus insects were unworthy of my attention to begin, and I only accepted the task out of deference to my mother, and so the craftswomen of Iridir will have the bristles they need for their work. Now that you are here, you can do it instead. I will see how you perform and measure your skill. Collect the Zizanu bristles as quickly as you can. Perhaps that is why my mother sent you here. Collect chickens from defeated Ordekai. Okay. Zizana bristle. That's the one we're working on. Don't hide. Little knickerbrickers.
Good enough.
The distraction writ upon Rohazi's face is clear that to you as you report finishing the task. Good enough, she answers you. Sir Dusha has brought wondrous tidings to me. Speak to her and hear them.
While hunting the northeast of Iridir, I found a scouting party of Ordechai.
Setting up a small encampment from which they might threaten the village. They were few in number, but not so few I thought I should attack them on my own. With Rahazi, I knew I could face them, so I hurried here to bring her back with me. I trust you are a friend? Of course, let's go take care of him.
Our choice is clear. The Ordechai must be defeated and driven from Ambarul. When my mother burned the temple at Iridir and drove the Ordahai from the village, some must have remained in the wild.
Now they seek to return and take back Ambarul, but we will not allow that to happen. The three of us must go to the Ordekai encampment Círdan discovered northeast of Iridir and put them all to the sword. This is a task for Demuri warriors and for those who claim to be their allies. Let's see, where's this camp? Okay, it's pretty much where the other task is as well. Forging. Okay, we got the fallow deer. That's up there on the map. Let's go do that one first. There's the dough. Looks like I am out of the zone here. Let's go back. Do not worry about me, Miloa. My wound is minor. I need to bind it. The serval sire is nearby. Can you slay it? Then rescue the Iridir and return to me. Yeah, I already killed it. Probably gotta wait for him to show back up again. Ooh, there's a treasure cache. Ah, he's back. Good. The deer stirs and begins to follow you. Bring the deer to Rathos. Come on, though. Come on, Silky. Wait. Where is he? He moved. Where's this doe going? It is alive! Injured, but alive. I'll return to Iridir and secure medicine to heal the deer's wounds. Come and visit me there. I have something I would like to give you. Okay. Next. Okay, I am going to pop on over to Umbar real quick. Get my subscription buffs. And then we'll pop back to the main milestone.
Would you do something for me? What can I do for you?
Okay. Pop on that.
Might you spare a moment?
Thank you, Miloa. I've earned some coins since arriving in Iridir. I will share them with you. I will also mark an entry in my records for the Pitakari.
Might you spare a moment?
On my return to Iridir, I visited an apothecary and acquired an herb poultice for the deer's wound. I can manage the collection of water here in the village. I cannot, however, leave my post long enough to get food for the deer. I learned that this type of deer enjoys a certain berry that grows along the banks of the river. The berries can be found where the water collects before forming a waterfall east and north of here. Can you carry the berries to feed the deer? Sure. Let's go berry picking. Just so happens to be in the direction of my other quests as well. So it works out nicely. Found some wild berries. What is a seed pod? Nope, not for me. These huge lily pads look really cool. Makes me want to just jump on one and float and stare up at the sky. From the map, we gotta now go to the other bank. Looks like the sickle flies like the wild berries as well. Wonder if these taste like blackberries. I like blackberries. One left. Okay, all the berry picking is done. Now let's go do a show of goodwill. Okay, here's a little bit of attention for you. Dr. Surdusha outside.
While Rahazi and I fought the soldiers here, some of the men broke away from the rest of the group and fled.
Rahazi chased them, but we should hurry after her and ensure she has not fallen victim to a trap set by the cunning Ordekai. Oh, she did say north, right? Okay. This one doesn't have an indicator on where to go, so I'm just running north. North of... That's where we just were. Ooh, look at the pretty waterfall over there. I feel like we should have run into them by now. Simurdusha told you that Rahazi pursued fleeing Ordokai warriors to the north. Okay, I guess we gotta keep looking for her then. goodness, would they really have gone this far? I should mount up and ride. There's no marker. Wonder if they went into a cave. Let's follow the road and then swim across the river. Make sure my floating names are on. Yes. This looks like a back entrance to the camp. bad. Ah, I had to click this on and off for it to show up. Finally. That was annoying. So in case you were bugged, like I was, just open your map and select and deselect that quest, and it should appear. It did for me at least. Oh, here's a bridge. You have discovered Gishter.
What say you, traveler?
I was in the grove and someone shot me with an arrow. I did not think anyone else was here of the living anyway. Thankfully the arrow had nothing vital and I can dress the wound myself. Expect you are the capable sort, else you would not have come to these woods. Please, if you desire to help me, seek out who did this. Tread carefully, friend, as those who say these woods are haunted speak true. I neither saw nor heard anything before I was struck, so be vigilant. There she is. As you approach, you see that Rahazi defeated the warriors she pursued.
I am fine. These men were no match for me.
We should search their bodies and take their weapons. They may have items among their belongings that help us prevent further attacks upon my people. A map to either of their encampments would be most welcome of all. On the body of the slain warrior, you find a token of the Church of the All-Seeing. The weapon bears sign of use in many battles, but the blood on the blade is dry.
See the cuts and scrapes on this weapon? This soldier of Ordach has been involved in many battles.
Perhaps even in Iridir itself. He may have fled from my mother and her warriors, even as he fled from me from Surdasha today, but no longer. He landed no blow upon me when he turned to fight. See how dry is the blood upon the blade? The sigil is a token of Barkush, the Dark Lord, who is no more. It is one more sign that the Ordokai have no honor, and without the foul magic of their dread master, they have no future either, at least not in Ambarul. We should search the wooded grove to the north and ensure no others in Ordokai hide within. I was on my way anyways. Let's go venture into the grove. Ooh, pretty trees. Fall colors. Nice red. See how the leaves are falling? That's kind of cool. That's definitely a new new. I like it. It's pretty. Ooh, I see a tent up ahead. I wonder who's there. It's a very pretty tent. The elf warden stands watch within the grove of Arwath. I thought it was elvish.
I heard sounds of fighting without the grove. Was there danger? Has it dispersed?
You tell the elf that a warrior from the nearby village defeated a number of Ordokai soldiers beyond the ring of trees, and the danger has passed. He contemplates your words and nods slowly. So often that is the way for the Avabar Kantai, he says to you. We struggle to maintain our wooded groves in a land that was once fair, but the remained shrinking oasis has dearth and danger pressed in on all sides. I am Shantar, and I count myself among the Kintai, wandering elves, who settled in this fertile country of forests and wetlands long ago. We are fewer in number now, and we who remain tend our homes as the lands around them fail. You ask Shantar if he lives in the grove by himself, and he smiles sadly. The Kantai have no interest in departing the circles of the world, as I have heard other elves may. When my people reach old age, they become untethered in spirit. They begin to fade, and in time they belong to the natural world. Some even now remain in this grove, and if you listen beneath the scarlet leaves of the Sarlassi trees, you might hear them. He did have in search of the culprit.
May nature's blessings find you.
Upon seeing you, the strange elf's eyes widen, and he gives you a stiff, curt bow. Welcome, Eldar. What brings you to my grove? Despite his words, you have an uneasy feeling that you are not in fact welcome here.
How can I help?
You bow to the stranger and introduce yourself. Shantar is my name. Tell me why you have come to this grove. You tell him of Angalunu, whom you found injured by an arrow, and ask Shantar if he was the one who shot her. His posture stiffens, and he lifts his chin. It was. I dislike taking such actions, but this woman is resilient. Most men do not come here at all. Those who do usually leave once they meet one of the Vairi, one of my departed elders. This woman is unafraid. I tried many times to cause her enough distress that she would leave the wood, but none of my efforts had borne fruit. I could not stand by idle while she felled the trees of Arwath. So yes, I loosed an arrow upon her. But know this, Eldar, had I wanted to slay her, slain she would be. I only want her to leave. I am the warden of this grove, and it is my sworn duty to my elders that the trees of Arwath be protected from harm. I will ask you to please return to Agalunu and tell her to leave me and the trees of Arwath in peace. Let's go stand in the grove. Is there a particular one we need to go to? You hear the rustling of leaves and feel a light breeze on your skin, but that is all.
Could you feel the presence of my people that dwell here in Arwat, though their bodies have long since faded?
You admit to Shanhar that you did not, and he smiles with understanding. Even I do not always feel them near, friend, but it is a comfort to know they remain in this Middle Earth. To depart from these lands seems to me and to others of the Kentai frightening and unnatural, a terrible and unknowable afterlife. That road is close to us, and we are glad of it. If you would give to the warrior who remains outside Arwath the thanks of Warden Shantar and the fated Kentai who dwell here, I would be grateful. I am not without my defenses, but I have not been required to make use of them for some years.
The grove is inhabited by an elf warden? How interesting. It is quite rare to encounter one of the Kintai.
For they concern themselves mainly with the groves, and do not venture from them without great need. If the Ortikai located the elf... Hang on. If the Ortikai located the elf within Arwath, they would have slain him easily. He is fortunate we came here. Rahazi surveys the grove, and then turns to face in the direction of Iridir. You have proven yourself a help to me, stranger. Perhaps it is time you tell me your name.
We have done well today. Are you ready to return to my mother with word of our triumph?
With our actions and those of Serdusha, we have protected my home and the elf of this grove from the Ortikai remnant in Ambarul. Are you ready to return to my mother with words of our triumph? Tell me when you wish to return to Iridir, and we will make the journey together. Okay.
Let us return to Iridir and speak of our success to my mother.
Let me just go talk to this elf down here, Rahazi. I got a message for her, and then we can definitely go talk to your mama. 1 second. Hey, I got Agalulu.
Is there something you need?
Hashtalgur? Have you any news? You tell Algalunu about Shantar and his duty to safeguard the trees of Arwath. Kintai? I had thought those elves to be only a legend, and long gone had they ever existed at all. This is absurd, Miloa. Are you a woodworker? Have you ever tried to make furniture or chests with the wood of palms? The attempt brings nothing but misery, and the stuff dulls and sharpest of blades almost instantly. It is important to source quality hardwood. The trees of this grove are beautiful and perfect. Not to mention, if the supposed Kinta only wanted me to depart, why did he not just talk to me and say so? Why the games, and then shooting me with an arrow of all things? Duh, it's because you chopped down his trees without asking.
Is there something you need?
That was just rude. This is madness, Miloa. I am well enough for a little travel. I would like you to take me to the supposed Kinta elf. I will talk to him and see what exactly is so important that he would shoot someone but not speak with them. Tell me when you're ready to leave. Okay, let's go take care of this confrontation.
The trees of this grove are beautiful and perfect. It is absurd for them to sit idle when they could be put to such good use by the woodworkers of Iridir. Let us talk some sense into this Shantar of Arwath.
I think you should rather talk some sense into you. Oh, Maloa, this place is so lovely. Just look at it. The secluded grove is peaceful and majestic. It is a beautiful day, but we should not dally over much. Is that the elves' abode just ahead? Why do you return to the grove once more, tree hewer? How is it that you do not understand that you are unwelcome here? Miloa, can you believe him? How galling! Agaluna turns to Shantar. I understand that you wish for solitude and to hoard this wood for yourself, but what I do not understand is why. Why should one elf sit upon this grove like a dragon sitting upon piles of gold? Shantar gazes at the woman, his expression unreadable. You know not of which you speak, child. I have sworn an oath to steward these grounds and protect them with my life. Why I have done so is none of your concern. What I do not understand is why men insist on destroying everything beautiful in Middle-earth. Trees provide shade. They disrupt harsh winds. They protect the soil from the river. They provide homes to birds, squirrels, and insects. They provide food for all. Long ago, this entire valley was a forest, dense with trees exactly like these. Then men came and put them to use, as you would do. They are already in use, only you do not see it. I did not think of these things. I did not expect you to. I only ask that you leave Arwath. Speak with me, Miloa. I did not expect this, Miloa. Have I and my forebears really been party to the destruction of a forest that covered the entire Ikorbani valley? That is just awful. I can see why this elf would not like us overmuch. I want to help. Help what? Help with whatever it is you do here, and I will fell no more trees. Though I would need to find some other livelihood. Wood can be harvested if done responsibly. I may regret this, but if you wish to learn, I will teach you. Master Elf, I would be honored to be your student and learn to care for the forests. Then it will be so. Come, Miloa, let us return to my camp. I have much to think about, and I am also not feeling so well.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
I am a fool, Miloa. I told you so. I had no idea the whole of Ambarul was once covered in a lush forest of such extraordinary trees. Worse yet, I am no better than my forebears who destroyed them. Like I did, they doubtless took for granted that it would always be there, no matter what. Agalunu sits in silence through thought for several moments before she winces. I spoke the truth when I told the Kinta I wanted to help, but I confess that perhaps my wound is not as healed as I thought. I do not think I will be capable of helping him any time soon.
This valley belongs to the Shagani and no one else.
Miloa, I fear that traveling to visit Shantar has caused my wound to reopen. It is terribly painful, and now I worry that it may fester. I know how to make a poultice, but I cannot gather the ingredients. I do not feel well at all. Miloa, would you please collect some healing herbs? There should be some growing across the stream to the southeast. I have a mortar and pestle you can use to mash them. Sure. Let me make you feel better. I'll go collect some herbs. Yeah, all the healing herbs have been collected. Glad the lag settled down. Now, where did she put the mortar and pestle? Let me search the camp. Oh, here it is. Let's mix some of the medicine up and apply the poultice. Hope you feel better, Agalunu. Hope this helps.
Is there something you need?
Thank you so much, Miloa. Hopefully that will do to avert festering. I should continue to rest and allow my body to heal. I feel ashamed, though. I told Shantar that I would return and help him steward the forest. He will think I lied to him when I failed to return. On my honor, Miloa, I was speaking true. I beg you to go to him and tell him of my condition, and reassure him that I intend to keep my oath. Sure, I can go deliver a message. Let's ride. Sorry it's taking so long, Rahazi, but I'll be right back. Hopefully. Unless Shantar has something for me to do. It's real pretty here. Look at the waterfall. Stand here. So pretty.
What do you need?
You return with Agalunu? The Kinta look irritated. You tell him of her injury and that she is resting. You reassure him that she is determined to keep her promise to him once she has recovered. The elf's brow furrows. I confess, Miloa, that I have not spent much time in the company of men, and I forgot that they do not heal with the ease of the firstborn. I'm no master of the healing arts, but I believe rest and your poultice should serve her well. It gladdens my heart to know she intends to keep her oath. I look forward to teaching others how to care for the grove. Never did I think anyone other than the Kintai would be interested in doing such a thing.
How can I help?
And of course. Tell me, Miloa, would you be interested in learning the Kinta way of caring for the forest? For us, the first truth is in restoring the land is that you must give more than you take away. You may fell a tree that is in decline. Doing so will allow the younger things that are beneath its canopy to grow. When a tree is removed, one should plant a sapling to replace it. This is good, but what is better is planting many to replace it. It sounds overly simple when it is said out loud, but we have seen our beloved woods clear cut by men more than once. Go forth into Arwoth and find the places where the sunlight touches the ground. There you should plant a sapling that will one day grow into a majestic tree. Oh, he's got another one as well.
Lidatmad.
The second truth is that what the forest has must be protected. There is an imbalance because men have slain many of the predators native to this land, and now the prey animals are too numerous. Not only do they graze the undergrowth of the forest and kill the saplings needed to ensure its future, but once everything has been consumed, many animals will die of starvation. It is the dreadful truth that slaying some of the deer now will be better for the survival of both the deer and the forest. It is an unpleasant task, but one that must be done. Please do not bring the meat back here, though. I do not eat animals, but the scavengers of the forest will appreciate the meal. Alright, before I go and run up do those two tasks real quick, this is a safe place. I'm gonna take a quick bio break. I will be back in 5 minutes. And we're back. We're going to go plant trees and kill some deer. A good place for a sapling. Alright, let's go tell Santar that we've finished up our assignment. Wrong way.
Leave that man. May nature's blessings find you. What do you need?
Thank you for assisting me, Miloa. There is much more to do, but perhaps with Akalunu's assistance, I will be able to not only preserve this grove, but expand it as well. It was good of you to bring Agalunu and I together to talk. I now have an ally instead of an enemy. I will let you be on your way, but if you do not mind, would you check on Agalunu? I have a few matters to attend to first, but please tell her I will visit soon to see if I can do anything for her injury. Farewell, Miloa. I would be happy to look in on her. I'm hoping that poultice worked. Hopefully she's starting to feel better. I know, Rahazi, I'm sorry. But I have to help. Oh, she's still here.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Miloa, you were gone for an age. Though I suppose it only felt like that because I am bored. The woman chuckles to herself, and she appears to be in higher spirits as well as better health. You tell her that you are leaving, but Shantar will soon visit. Oh, well, I hope he feels guilty. She laughs again, holding up her wounded arm. But I will enjoy the company. It is not every day that I can talk to someone thousands of years old. I cannot even imagine such a life. Are you going back to Iridir? Can you please let my sister know that I yet live? Helkadra is likely beside herself with worry. Yep, sure, I can give her the message. Hope you feel better soon. Let's try that video. Alright, Rahazi, I'm sorry I took so long, but I am finally ready to go talk to your
Let us return to Iridir and speak of our success to my mother.
silly dear.
My mother will be impressed by our successes when we arrive back at Iridir.
I have a bad feeling about this. Quiet! There it is again! The sound of voices. More of the Urdakai have come in search of their fellows, and now they seek to surprise us. Let us teach them to fear the defenders of this land.
For Ambarul and for Iridir!
Oh boy.
What is that?
I
That
don't
sounded
know.
like the roar of a great bear, such as Ambarul has never seen.
We can take him. Do you know what terrible creature makes this sound, Maloa? Your eyes tell me that you do. Hurriedly you advise Rahazi and Zerdusha to take defensive stances and prepare once again for battle. Ah, it's Tathada! Come
Are
back
we now
here!
safe?
I don't know, but we gotta go catch her. But I gotta protect these two.
The bear returns!
Not today, Tathada.
Stay on guard! Here it comes again! Is there no end to its rage?
Tathata!
Hail, Koltek! Brothog! You guys caught up to us. Hey, Hershak, just don't bite my head off. What caused Tathata to attack you, Maloa? She and I have faced each other in battle before, and when I tell you she is a deadly opponent, you can believe me. Ours was a friendly competition, and it came to a draw, but in return she made a gift to me of Hershak here. I did not plan to bring Hershok with me on this adventure, but he has grown so large and so ferocious that no one at Dahal Hulus dares to approach him without me. We could delay no longer, so my good friend accompanies me. That will not be a problem. Koltek coughs, draws your attention from Rothok's lion. A number of difficulties threatened to delay us too long, Miloa, and it was decided we could wait no longer. The caravan driver and the warehouse master suffered our displeasure for the obstacles they placed in our way, and they will suffer even more in the days ahead, for Harmaluk has a mind for punishment. At last we set out, and it would appear we arrived at a fortunate time. Who are these warrior women, and can we count them friends to Umbar and the kindred of the coins?
We are the Dumuri, the daughters of Iridir, and we oppose the empire of Ordach.
You will find no friend of Ordach in our company, warrior of the Dumuri. We of the kindred of the coins pursue traitors that fled into this land. Once we find them, we will return to Umbar and trouble you no longer.
My mother Girhazi rules in Iridir. She must decide if you are welcome here.
I will hurry on to Iridir with Shudusha and tell my mother about these newcomers, Miloa. If they are friends of yours, I believe she will give them leave to move freely within Ambarul. One more thing, Miloa, before we follow those warriors to their village and meet with their chief. I think it will be best not to mention that Tathada is a member of the Kindred of the Coins. She currently works at cross purposes to us, and while she may not be allied with Azagath, neither does she work to help us. It can give us no advantage to tell the people of this land that she is a member of Umbari's ruling council. Now, let us proceed. We have traders to find and a mission to complete, and I do not like to spend this long away from my city and away from my other endeavors.
We have finished speaking with the leader of the settlement, the woman, Girhasi.
If she possesses wisdom, she will aid us in our mission. If she does not, Koltek leaves the rest unsaid. She asked to speak with you. I need not remind you that secrecy is an advantage, and you should keep hidden the details of our dual purposes. The less you say to her of Azagath or Balakad, the better. She only wants you must, and perhaps she will volunteer useful information to you without learning anything that might prove detrimental to us, or to Umbar. Oh, I see now there's quests back there. I'll pick those up later.
Do you have need of something?
Here are the berries for the tickly dough. They smell delicious. I asked the people of Iridir if the berries were edible. They suggested we not eat them. Oh, good thing I didn't try. They use the berries only in times of illness and claim there are undesirable effects when used. For the deer, they are part of the diet. If you're willing, I have another request.
What news has come in with the tide?
My father lost his arm when he refused to give Domok Umun, a cruel Ordokai warlord who took limbs, eyes, and tongues from those he deemed insolent. A shipment of grain bound for a different settlement, Umun took my father's sword as a final insult. Fate shines on me, friend. Domok Umun leads an encampment of Ordokai threatening Iridir. Still, fate is cruel. I'm not a capable enough warrior to face such a foe. His encampment is small, just north of the waterfall source where you collected the berries. I feel shame in asking, could you confront the warlord and recover my father's sword? Of course, Rafus. Hail, Gerhazi! Gerhazi eyes you warily as you approach.
You return from your task. Do you bring evidence of your deeds?
You hand Gerhazi the trinkets taken from the defeated Ordokai. She looks them over briefly, and you see a genuine smile. It is good to have you here. In Ambarul, we do not have enough friends in other lands. We will need them if we are to survive. Thank you.
If you wish to help us hold Iridir, you should head south to the riverfront.
There you will find Demuri archers protecting the city from the Ordokai and Eshadur. Talk to the Captain Delegan and see if she requires anything.
Rahazi speaks highly of the courage you displayed when you faced the Great Bear. For that, you have my thanks.
Both as chieftain of Iridir and as a mother. Each are grateful you stood alongside Rahazi against the terrible beast. While you were gone, the men Balandor told me your group pursued two of the ruling class that betrayed the city. Their betrayal must have cut deep to earn the enmity of so many members of the Kindred of the Coins. Why else would half that body's remaining number pass the Umbari wall at my border in pursuit of them? I deem Balandor speaks honest words, or at least he believes what he says to be truthful. The dwarf and the half-troll seem more guarded and speak less freely. Which of these voices holds more sway within the Kindred of the Coins, and who do they truly serve? The memories of the Shagana people are long, and we Ikorbani, who live along the river, have learned to distrust such as they. It will take some proving to unlearn those lessons, even if they and we share a common enemy in Orda.
I have given the members of your traveling company a number of tasks to complete that will prove their friendship to the Ikorbani.
Speak to them around the village, and you will see that these tasks are not for the benefit of Iridir alone, but will also serve you well on your own mission. As for you, Miloa, I would ask that you scout the eastern side of the Rackwade, the crossing of the Ikorbani River by the camp of Suru to the south. The Ordokai fled that way when we reclaimed Iridir, but they might threaten to return if it is not watched. There has to be... It troubles me that there's a ring here. There's nothing to click on. And there's no way to go upstairs. Let's go over here. Maybe there is an upstairs. Nope, no upstairs. And no downstairs. While I'm here, let's check out the task board. See, I got a lot of things to check out. So, sea tossed skins, not one. Sandy furs, nope. Sand baked hides, Yes.
Nihu, it is good to see you.
Sun bronze claws. Yep. Sand blasted carapaces. Whaley furs. Nope. Notched axes. Yes. Bronze scale. Okay, that's all I have right now. I wonder, do I have... There we go. Gather all that stuff up. Gotta make sure I get my crafting ones as well. It's on one of my tunes. I gotta go figure out which one. Don't need those. Keep the crafting materials. There we go. Let me just check if I have my essences bag. Withdraw. Turn on auto. And my legendary. Hmm. 50 stacks. Oh, this is the trade street carry-all. Okay. That should do it for inventory management. Let's talk to everybody, I guess.
You expected me to chafe against a task assigned to me by the chieftain of Iridir? No, I will not.
For I understand the reasoning that lies behind it. Girahazi tests whether the kindred of the coins will respond to her own needs, or if we seek only to do what personally benefits each of us. This is something with which I am familiar, for I have conducted similar tests of my own to assess the loyalty of those who serve me and my various interests. Girahazi is troubled by brigands to the southeast of Iridir, at a place named Bidruknun. It will be advantageous to us to help her with this problem, and we can also keep open our eyes when there we venture. If Balakad or his potential helper Saduk came this way, they might be hiding among the brigands. Do you see how completing Girahazi's task might help us with our own? Always thinking, Koltek, always thinking. Probably get rid of this.
The warrior woman who rules this village knows strength when she sees it before her.
She has challenged Rothok to slay Ordekai at their encampment across the river to the southwest, from where they might threaten her people. She says that place was called Iridir. I told her it will be done, quickly and well. My compatriots hunger for the blood of Ordekai, for they tasted it during the Seastone Mutiny, and it has been too long since they drank their fill. Urshak, too, will rejoice to set loose within the encampment, but he will have to move with speed if he thinks to outpace his master.
We have weathered much. And for what?
There you are. I was about to start marshalling a search party. Where's Agalunu? You tell Kalkadra that her sister is injured, but okay, and that an elf of the Kentai is looking out for her. Kalhadra's jaw drops. Surely you jest. Nobody has seen a Kinta in ages. Oh, Agalunu. This is what she gets for not being properly afraid of things. You have my thanks for finding her. Anytime. Happy to help.
Life is always a struggle in Shagana.
Pardon me, traveler. I need someone to help me, but the Demuri say it is not urgent. My sister Agaluna has gone missing. Okay, so she went on purpose but has not returned. She went north to Arwath. Nobody goes to Arwath. It is a forest haunted by tortured spirits. The woman is very distraught and is anxiously wringing her hands. She said the trees there have wood that is better for woodworking and would be worth a fortune. I told her not to go, but she said I am no pashak, and that she would return in 3 days. That time has passed, and she has not returned. Did she anger the spirits? Did bandits attack her? Please go to Arwath and see if she is well. Nobody else will do it. Okay, so that's kind of like weird, a little bit out of order. It would have been nice if I had picked this up first, but sadly, I did not. Let's go see what's down here.
Is there something you need?
Gerhazi sent you? It is strange to have an offer of help from an outsider, but I will trust Gerhazi's judgment. She sizes you up momentarily as if deciding how much to tell you. We are charged with protecting Iridir from a river approach. For 1,000 years there was a grand bridge here called Zabala, also known as the Floodspan. It was a part of the Road of Riches, and connected Iridir to the fishing village of Iridir on the other side of the Ikorbanie. It has collapsed 100 years ago by our people when the Empire of Ordek decided our lands should be theirs. Destroying the bridge slowed their advance, but unfortunately failed to keep them out. Currently, Ordekai forces occupy Iridir, and it is our duty to make sure that they stay here and not rebuild the bridge.
Is there something you need?
It takes many arrows to remind the Ordekai that they do not want to come to Iridir. I have ordered additional arrows from Tinsha, the Fletcher, but have not been able to spare anyone to go get them. Would you mind? Tinsha is at the east end of the Crafter's Wharf. Sure, I can look into that for you. See if she's finished them or if I need to help her. Hail, Corridon, Sigilith, how are you guys hanging out?
The ruler of Iridir tasked me and my sister with collecting stingers from the scorpions that lurk outside the village.
It seems such stingers can be put to a number of medicinal uses by the Ikorbani, and Girhazi desires to restock their supply. She cautioned us that the creatures possess great reserves of patience. They might lie in wait for hours, hidden from careless observation, and strike without any warning. Despite the danger, we are, of course, willing to help.
I wanted first to speak to you about another matter.
I have agreed to help my brother with the task given to him by the ruler of Iridir Miloa, but I wanted to first speak to you about another matter. I heard from the Dumari warrior Shurdursha that you and her friend Rohazi protected the life of an elf warden in the northern reaches of Ambarul. Is it true? You described your meeting with the elf warden Shantar at the Grove of Arwath and what he said to you about his people, the Kintai. I would be most interested to learn more about the Kintai. Did he say others of his kind live along the Ikorban River? Perhaps we will encounter more of them as we continue our journey. Edunam.
Hashtel Gur, stranger.
Tell me, Lukal, have you any interest in tasting Ambaruli cuisine? I'm trying to recreate a dish my grandmother used to make, but I do not have all the ingredients. I will tell you what. If you bring me the ingredients, I will give you a plate. Then you can say you had some of the best food in the world. The man laughs heartily and grins. What say you, friend? I need some snap beans. They grow on vines to the northeast along the road to the old salt mines. I will need loins from fen wallowers. There are many of them far to the east of Enshegdush. You can also find fresh herbs that I think will be perfect for this dish in Shekdush. The sooner you get them, the sooner we can eat.
Gehazi assigned to each member of the company a task. Everyone but me.
What am I supposed to do while everyone else proves their worth, Miloa? I cannot simply wait for everyone to complete their tasks. I have spoken already with Surgon, and the two of us will scout the southeastern road that leads out of Ambarul. You are welcome to come with us and see if Azagath and Nakasi took that road. Perhaps we will find them and shorten the duration of our journey, bringing about an unexpected but satisfying conclusion while it has still just begun. Hail, Tincha.
Today is a good day!
You say you are here to retrieve arrows for the Dumuri? I will give them to you if you do me one favor. I'm running low on arrowheads. I do not make them myself. They come from Gurtum, the arrowsmith, who casts them in iron and sharpens them. Go to Gurtum and bring me a crate of arrowheads, and I will give you the arrows. This looks like the smithy.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Come to pick up Retentia, have you? There's a crate ready to just go there. Help yourself to it.
It is a new day.
Ah, there are my arrowheads. Thank you for getting them for me. You may take that tub of arrows there to Dumuri.
This valley belongs to the Shagani and no one else.
There you are. I was beginning to think you got lost. Thank you for bringing the arrows. We will put them to good use.
What say you, traveler?
I have heard you are a warrior, capable of more than just running errands. Would you be interested in something more dangerous? Someone with a spyglass was watching birds along the river and spotted boats being prepared at the docks of Iridir. I do not have enough demurry to send a force over, but I believe that a warrior of your skill would be able to do enough damage to ruin whatever it is that they are planning. If you think you are up to it, go to Iridir and destroy those boats. While you are there, you might as well thin their numbers and scout around the village to learn what you can of their activities. Okay. Well, folks, that concludes today's adventure. I will be back later in the week, and we will carry on with all of these quests that I've picked up today. Thanks for watching, and